Welcome back to another edition of Sling Paint Gaming. I am Berto, and tonight is a special night. I got with me a TEAMSPG member. It's Ryan Kokrda. He is with us because he's going to share a bunch of information on both XWING regionals at Hawaii and also Imperial Assault. Ryan, how you doing?
Hey, doing all right. How's it going?
All right. I'm glad you're on.
Yeah, it's about time.
Yeah, I'm glad we could make this happen and put this all together. And with the launch of TEAMSPG, I really wanted to get to know you guys and hear some of the regional events that you guys have been playing at. And then you got a lot of information here. You got X-Wing regionals and Imperial Assault regionals.
I've been busy.
I've been trying to play Imperial Assault. I have like 50% of the things, and I can never sit down with anybody here. Blake said that he was going to try to do it with me, but I have all the stuff behind me. Like you can see all the expansions and all that stuff, and I just never have time. All right.
Oh, yeah, no.
So talk to me about. So you went to the X-Wing. X-Wing was first, and Imperial Assault was second, right? It was like 2 different days.
Yep. X-Wing was first. It was like the 12th of January or something like that. And then regionals for the Imperial Assault was on the 28th of January.
Okay. And it was at the same location?
Yeah, same location, Armchair Adventure and the Dole Cannery in Honolulu, Hawaii.
Oh, nice. Honolulu. Yes, you guys are jealous. I know you guys are jealous. And Ryan's been trying to get me to go out there. Every time he posts something on our Facebook or in our community forums, he's like, when are you coming out? When are you coming out? But the gotcha for me is I got to get my wife and kids to go out there because there is no way in hell I can go out there by myself. My wife would shoot me and divorce me. All right. So X-Wing regionals, a lot of intel. You would tell me about the list that you took and how you did overall. So let's go right into it. So what was the list that you took?
So the list I took pretty much was Dengaroo. I know. Dengaroo, yeah.
That's okay.
I've always wanted to fly. Like before like Worlds and everything like that, before that came super popular, I really just wanted to fly it. And then I just finally bought the second one and I was flying it around for like maybe 3 or 4 weeks before the actual X-Wing tournament or so.
Okay.
And I made a few changes based on local meta here.
I'm actually going to pull up that list right now for everybody so they can see it. If technology would work for me here. Come on, technology. Really? Let's try this again. There we go. All right. So they're seeing the same list that you said. And I'm going to list, this is actually in the description for everybody. So give me the breakdown. What do you got?
All right. So with Dengar, I got Lone Wolf, Plasma Torpedo, Zuckuss, Overclocked R4, Glitter Stem, Punishing One, and Countermeasures. But where I changed it up was Plasma Torpedoes. Some other people are running different torpedoes, but based upon everybody here, was flying like Defenders and the newer like Asajj and Fenn lists with the Mind Link.
Yes.
There was a couple of people that were flying in that, and for Manaroo, a lot of people stress heavy. So it was between either Black Market Slicer Tools or Feedback Array.
Okay.
And I ended up going with Black Market Slicer Tools, and I think I have the record of like 9 misses with it.
Oh my God! I thought you were going to say 9 hits with it.
No. I don't think I hit it once, but it was. I had to use it. It was like the best option for me at the time.
All right, so I like how you like the Black Market Slicer too. I've seen a couple people put on that. Seismic Torpedoes. Talk to me about Seismic Torpedoes.
Oh God, actually that came into play for my last match to get into top 8. I was flying against a. They got rid of. I was flying it was like a Whisper, a Quick Draw, and another one of the TISF guys. Or no, it was the Inquisitor. He was flying the Inquisitor. Okay. I eliminated everybody but the Whisper, and it just so happened they ended up killing Dengar. So it was just Manaroo and Whisper left.
Ooh.
I was able to move first, and I got into the position where Manaroo was able to shoot the Seismic Torpedo at a Whisper that was hiding behind an asteroid and got a crit. It happened to be double damage to just get her right out.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. That's awesome.
Yes.
So you just alluded that you also got top 8 out of that, right?
I did. I got top 8. The first match in top 8 was against one of my friends. Played against him a whole lot. And unfortunately, I made a giant mistake, which cost me Dengar and ultimately the match.
What was he playing?
He was playing the Fenn list with Asajj and Manaroo.
Manaroo. Okay, yeah, the Tiny Mind Link special.
Yeah, I had them all in the top left corner, kind of situated, and Dengar was able to keep getting shots off. And he shot at Dengar, only rolled 2 hits. Dengar had 1 evade and 1 miss, and I forgot I had Lone Wolf. I removed him from the table, and I was like, oh no! And I put him back, and I was like, it's too late now.
Too late, yeah.
Too late. And I just rolled it for fun, and it was an evade. I was like,
no,
yeah. It's 5. It was like 6 games, I think. Yeah, 6 games, and just your mind is like Jello by then.
Oh yeah, so it was like it was like 5 rounds of Swiss, and then cut the top 8.
I think it was 4 or 5 rounds of Swiss. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I went 5-1 total.
Nice. 5 and whatchamacallit, you also said there was 24 players there, I believe.
24 players, yeah. There was a lot of people I hadn't seen before.
Okay.
So it was good to have like other people come out and play, and then like the local people that I normally play with, like me and a couple of my other friends, were all in the top 8.
Oh, so nice.
Actually, there was like a 7-year-old kid or so that made a top 8 with 3 B-wings and a X-wing. I think it was a
7-year-old.
Yeah, if you look at some of the pictures that I posted.
Yeah, actually, let me pull those up. Let me pull those pictures up while you're talking here.
Yeah, one of the bottom of the lists was the little kid that actually made top 8, and his dad got knocked out. So I thought that was the funniest thing ever, and I was like, good for him.
Wow, these pictures are great too. Nice turnout. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was 3 B-wings and it was 2 B-wings, a K-wing, and a Y-wing. He was flying.
Geez. Nice.
It was like pretty basic, pretty simple, but overall he was like flying them in a swarm, and he just kind of overran people with it.
I like your list here. So I see the blue. So you painted the Dangaroo, left the regular Dangaroo red, and then painted Manaroo blue.
Yeah, painted her like a deep purple blue color.
Oh, nice. I like that. All right, and so I'm seeing a guy. One of the pictures here. He's shaking. He says the winning list was the Fenn round Manaroo, Asajj, Tiny Mind Link, with Fenn round has title and Autothrusters, and Asajj has Latts. That was the winning list overall.
That was the winning list. And then the one that I lost to.
Gotcha. Okay. Wow. So that's actually a good turnout. And I see the young kid there. Wow, playing. Holy cow.
Yeah, he was pretty cool about everything. And unfortunately, I beat his dad. He was playing like a Decimator Countess list, and just overran the Decimator with Dengar. It's just brutal.
Yeah, Decimator with Dengar. Yeah, you're just taking every time Decimator shoots at Dengar, and as long as you're in the arc, you get that free reshoot. It's awesome. So talk to me about how was so your first rounds of Swiss. What were some of them, like a lot of the types of meta or lists that you've seen out there as you were playing? Was there heavy like the Fenn, Asajj, Manaroo combinations? Was there a lot of defender builds? What'd you see in your meta over
there? There was some lists that had the double defenders and Emperor and the shuttle. I think there was maybe 2 of those. I think.
Okay.
There was another Dengaroo player who also made the top 8 and also lost. So Dengaroo didn't place in the top 4.
Okay.
There was 1 or 2 people that were flying Miranda and Dash Rendar. Okay. There was a couple of those.
Miranda with like a TOT and a whole bunch of bombs.
Yeah, I think yeah. And a couple. There's a lot of just random lists. It was actually funny because the night before, like, we went to practice and everybody didn't bring the list they were going to be flying. So I brought like a random list that I kind of threw together, and somehow one of the other guys that showed up I'd never seen before brought the exact same list and was playing against my friend who I played last night. I was like, hey, you know how to fly against this.
You know how to fly against this. That's awesome. As far as your lists, so you said that you played a Whisper list. So what was and how did Dangaroo fare against the Whisper list?
It was actually, I've flown against Whisper a lot, and I wasn't really worried about that because I was able to like arc dodge a little bit because I can kind of figure out where they were. I was more concerned about Quick Draw and the Inquisitor being always at range 1.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of annoying. So I just kind of like picked my first target, which was I thought the worst one to go against, and that was the Inquisitor, and then just kind of dealt with Quick Draws and knowingness for a little bit, and then went after him, and then finished Whisper off with Manaroo.
Mm-hmm. What was some of your first earlier matches? What were they up against?
The first match had a Mist Hunter, the Star Viper.
Really?
Oh yeah. Actually, I think one of the pictures I had, it was like the top table. Let me see if I can pull it up really quickly.
It's interesting. A lot of
yeah, he had a Manaroo. It was a Manaroo, a Mist Hunter, Fenn, and I think a Star Viper. But I know Fenn was definitely one of them, and I took him out right away. I was like, I'm not having any of your range 1 stuff.
Oh, range 1 with Fenn is just nasty. Oh, yeah. I hate being on the other side of that.
Exactly. So that's where the proton torpedoes helped out.
Okay.
For me, at least, even though he doesn't have any shields, I just 4 hits, pretty easy.
What's your
call?
I
just stay
with Okay, so you got plasma Taurus lone wolf. Okay, I got it's all right.
Mm-hmm.
And you're basically just you're zuckasing all the Fenn's millions of evades they get.
Yeah, I felt bad for the guy because he didn't roll anything after that. It was all blanks. So I was like, yeah, roll all those, please, and 1 shot.
Oh no. A lot of people, you don't like in our current meta, you don't see a lot of Dangaroo. I think a lot of people stop playing it. You see a lot of the Asajj, Manaroo, Fenn Rao combinations, and then mostly a Biggs Kanan combination or some kind of Dashin Miranda lists. But now with the new condition cards, with all of the Wave 10 that just dropped, everybody's going crazy with Desi, Kylo Ren crew, and all the fun stuff. It's just been. Have you been exposed to any of that?
Unfortunately, no. I went to go buy the newer ships, and I didn't reserve any. So I was like, yeah, not many people are going to buy it, but they all had them reserved. And then one of my friends bought the last one that wasn't reserved. So I was like, well, I've been playing a lot of Imperial Assault lately, so I'm not really worried about it. I'll just get it when I get it.
Okay.
So I haven't really had a chance to look at it. Not yet, no. I've been working nights, so I haven't been able to go out and play.
Understood. What's your what was like one of your challenges throughout the day of at the X-Wing regionals? What was one of the things this kept on happening, or you just wish you would have done a different choice, or
always forgetting to move the focus from Manaroo to Dengar. You just get in the heat of the moment and you're like, I need to roll and get this ship out of the way, and I can't spend it because it's
still on Manaroo.
This is not there. Yeah.
This is one of the biggest things I've always say to everybody, and I'm not saying just to you, Ryan. This is just to our audience. So we always remember those things, because those things, right? It can make or break a list.
Yeah. It does.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It does. I just when I first started, I was like, okay, start a combat, move, and then I just towards like the 3rd, 4th match that I've played, I forgot it. It's just oops.
There's all those habits that you got to create and stuff.
Exactly, and by then it's even too late to use like glitter stem or countermeasures because it's already rolled dice. Like, you just like face palm and just you move on with it and just accept the fact that you just did really bad.
And was there any other challenges, or was that the big one that that
I think
stumped you?
Besides that, it was just figuring out how to set up against the other lists.
Okay.
So like the starting round 0, like where to put the asteroids and stuff. I kind of figured out that. Because normally when I play it, pretty aggressive, I do a 4 forward and then either a barrel roll or a target lock to try to get into range for like a first shot of Dengar, because I really don't care about stress at this point.
Right.
So it's just I found a way to be able to get that off, but still have like range in front of me,
really?
Like asteroids and stuff. Yeah.
So it's like actually this is a good segue, because talk about how your setups were, because a lot of people when they see a Dengaroo, because Dengaroo, they're still out there. You're gonna see them in
Hmm.
nationals. You're gonna, I don't know about nationals. Rephrase that. You're gonna still see them in regionals, but nationals are several months away. But you're definitely gonna still see Dengaroo. Dengaroo's still a thing.
Oh yeah.
Um, and still a hard hitting list, and if it's played right. So talk about your setup. Like if you got the board in front of you, and you're staring at your board. How is
Hmm.
your ships laid out? And like, do you use the range ruler one out and all that stuff? How's that laid out?
Yeah, normally when I first start out, you got Manaroo in the bottom left-hand corner, just at the end of range 1.
Okay.
That's to help out. I always either go 3, depending on where the other person places everything. They're either A, going to go after Manaroo, or B, go after Dengar. If you're smart, you go after Manaroo, but I can like get out of the way with Manaroo with her like engine upgrade and stuff. So pretty much I have her in the bottom left, and then Dengar is either in the middle, either in the far right or right next to Manaroo, pointing straight down range. And then like my rock formations, I always bring debris, but I always have one kind of like range 2, 3, like in the middle of the map. And if I have my Dengar, I normally go straight at it, and I'm able to barrel roll to the right or left.
Okay.
To get around it, but it still is like easier for me to maneuver around. I'm not scared of flying through debris because I'm pretty good at going around it. It's just that off chance I do end up clipping it, it doesn't really bother me.
Okay, I gotcha.
And then I normally have it like kind of clustered together, but just a little bit far enough like outside of range 1 for like as close for the closeness of the asteroids and debris.
Okay.
So that's pretty much like the way you set it up for me at least.
And when you look at your lists as far as target priority, like what's going through your head when you see an opponent, let's say, playing the Fenn, Asajj, and Manaroo. And I mean, we can talk about defenders as too, but what's going through your head when you're seeing that, or Palp defenders, or Commonwealth defenders? What's the first thoughts that you're seeing, and how you want to attack that and approach that?
It's who sucks the most and who sucks the least about staying on the field, and who you want Manaroo to take out at the end game.
You know what? That sums it up perfectly. You're right. I mean, that's kind of like my approach is like, who do I want in the end game? And if who do I want to deal with? So you want to take out the heavy hitter. So like we're Commonwealth defenders. So if you have like a Ryad, a Vessery, and a Palp defender shuttle, what's your picture on that? Like, do you want to take Vessery out first if there's a shot? Ryad.
Well, every time I've always played against defenders, they have always like ran past me and like did their 4 thing, but I just kept flying. Most of the time, I ended up taking out the Palpatine first.
Okay.
Like straight up, because as far as like the list concerned, once you take out Palpatine, like you can actually start hitting them. And then
Yep.
And then after that, I forget which one has pushed the limit most of the time. But I always keep that one last because Manaroo with the Black Market Slicer tool is able to, do some damage before they have tokens on them if it's close enough. And most of the time, Dengar is always killed off, so it's pretty much left after that one.
And I was looking at I don't see. Oh, so 97 point. So wow, you're running a 40 point Manaroo, 57 Dengar, so 97 point bid. So you're definitely trying to get that bid.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay.
It's actually really good for. I got initiative most of the time. There was one that I actually gave it away because they were playing. I don't remember what they were playing. It was like Darth Vader. So I just wanted to see where they were ending up as.
Okay, so you gave it to them. Okay, nice. All right, so as far as like if you see Asajj and Manaroo, do you usually try to go for Asajj and Fenn off the gate, and then leave Manaroo versus Manaroo, or do you think Manaroo's a bigger threat?
Not Manaroo, I'm not really worried about. It's more of I always go after Fenn first, and then Asajj I just kind of like I deal with until I'm able to turn the ship around or go wherever they're at.
Okay.
And then yeah. So I pretty much go after Asajj second when I ever fly that list, just because like it's annoying. But Fenn Rau is just heavy hitting, and when you have one ship doing all your damage, you got to get that out quick.
I have your list pulled up here, and I'm looking at the like Gunk with regen. How many shields do you usually try to get Gunk up before you start engaging Manaroo?
About 4.
3 or 4.
It's been
okay, yeah.
It's been between like 3 or 4 before I actually start turning Manaroo in and trying to do some damage with Manaroo. But most of the time, people like I always be aggressive with Dengar, so they're all focusing about that. And then Manaroo is just kind of one turning up the field, getting in better position. So it's pretty easy to get 3 or 4 before you actually have to start doing something with her.
Gotcha. That's cool, man. Well, congrats on the top 8 finish for X-Wing. That's awesome. I love that.
Thanks.
And 24 people regionals. That's a great mix of people. So you got wide bunch of different lists out there. But you talked about like the new the shuttle and the new conditions cards, but you said you haven't not seen any of that play action yet.
I haven't seen any play action. I've heard about it, but I haven't really seen anything about it yet.
Yeah, Nims has been running that whole Chunanu and the Desi with it's with Kylo Ren crew on the it's just been nasty stuff. But I want to go right into Imperial Salt, which we don't do a lot of coverage on. We did a couple videos back then, but I really want to get into this. And plus, I really want to showcase what you did. You actually got... How far did you get up there? I mean, this is your first time playing regionals too, right?
Yeah, it was actually the first tournament I actually legit played by myself, and then it was the first regional I ever participated. I ended up placing second.
Second place? That's awesome.
Second place.
How many people were playing?
It was I think 14.
14?
12
That's
14.
Actually, that's not bad. Second place out of 14 for your first tournament. Now, have you been doing a lot of practice with the Imperial Assault beforehand?
Actually, yes. I was actually practicing for Imperial Assault before X-Wing Regional. Like, I got all the stuff for Christmas. It was like a Christmas gift. And I was like, I want to get into this. So I got like a list and stuff together. I just kept buying some more things. It's actually cheaper to get into than X-Wing, believe it or not.
Yes. Yes. A hell of a lot cheaper than Destiny, too. My God. Oh, all those games Fantasy Flights are coming out with.
Yeah, no, I've been playing the friend that I lost to for X-Wing. Him and I started playing against each other for Imperial Assault like every now and then. And then we play Thursday and Friday nights normally for X-Wing, but I was like, hey, I need to practice for Imperial Assault.
Okay.
Let's play this. And I was like, I was getting burnt out of X-Wing before the regional, so I was like, I need to do this to get I was like, all right, now I'm refreshed. So I was actually playing it more.
So where did you get this? So let's talk about your list. I'm gonna try to pull it up here. This is in the TEAMSPG area, so you guys are getting access that a lot of people don't normally see here. So,
you're welcome.
Yeah, exactly. So let's pull this up for a quick bit, just to show you what your list was.
My list, it was ever since the new Luke Skywalker came out, I was like, he's a thing. He's gonna be a thing. He is a giant beat stick, as I say. He just goes around and just murders people off the board. It's ridiculous. So I wanted to build a list based around him.
Okay.
So like I had a couple lists that I was playing against. I had like Leia and stuff, everybody other, but I was like, Luke needs to like do his own thing. I used him mostly as like a flanker and like cleanup guy. Where I had the Elite Rangers, those were like my powerhouse. Those guys were the ones that actually did the most damage, and a lot of people were actually running Zillow technique, which I don't know if you know, but you exhaust it to reduce the pierce value by 2 to a minimum of 0, and then you can discard a card to add a block result once per attack. So with the Rangers, the Elite Rangers, they have a natural pierce 1 and then natural damage without using any of their surges. So most of the time they were in a debate of, do I exhaust it right now or do I wait till later? And I was like, yeah, fine, go ahead.
Go ahead, yeah.
Use it, please. Make my life easier. So a lot of the cards that I had drawn were like Assassinate, Tools for the Job, which allowed me to get another die of any color that I wanted. So the Rangers, their average range that I found was like 7. You can reach out to 7 like 98% of the time. So all you have to do is just sit in like an area. I had my Echo-based troopers go out and get objectives if I needed to, but most of the time I was focused on just eliminating their list.
That's crazy. 7 range that they get? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you reach out to 7 about 70% of the time. In focused, it's always like about like 90% of the time that you reach out to 7. And I was actually like, I was picking people off like range 10, 11, and they're like, what is this?
How is this possible?
Exactly. Not many people played against him, but they heard about him.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I need a list, and then I just put in R2 for card draw.
Okay.
Card advantage is key in any game that you play that has cards in it. So I put him there, and then 3PO and Guideon were just, the focusing to get more firepower. So I just had them camp out. He would focus Luke. Luke would run off and do his thing. And then Guideon, 3PO would just hang out with the Rangers and focus them up and shoot them.
So what were some of the so you got second place. Now, I'm actually not familiar with how a tournament's structured with Imperial Assault. Is it just like X-Wing where there's rounds of Swiss as well?
It is round of Swiss, but there's 3 different maps, and there's 2 different missions per map. So before the map is going on, they go up and they shuffle all the cards together and they draw the map, and that's the one that you're playing in the mission you're playing for the round.
Okay. And that's everybody. Everybody plays that.
Everybody plays the same mission for the first round, and then they do that for the second, third round.
Okay.
So that's what happened for the Imperial Assault, and it was actually a lot of fun.
Well, and as far as like some of the other lists that you've been playing against, is there like a weakness that's to your list that a lot of people don't see, or can take advantage of? Because I always say like most old games is like rock paper scissors. Once you find a weakness, what is maybe we don't want to share it or too much.
I would say I didn't really see a weakness. It was more of how you played it.
Okay.
Most of the time I saw players with the Rangers before regionals. I was the only one with Rangers during the regionals. They were treating them like you would any other trooper, like getting in to combat like closer than range 5. Where if you want to stay away from range 5, like 5 or more, you can reroll 1 dies for free. That's where most people were trying to make the mistake at. They were playing it like stormtroopers or regular rebel troopers.
Right, yeah.
Where these guys, they just want to stay far away from everything and just pick them off.
So lot of it depends. So it really depends on how you play your list. You're saying. So if you play them like other people, that's when things start going wrong.
Yeah, you have to think outside the box. That's what I think of when I first start picking up games. I'm like, okay, I see people playing this. I watch some videos while I'm painting the figures, and then I'm like, okay, I would have done this different. I would have done that different. But I made a couple of mistakes with Luke, but it happens.
I'm gonna pull up your pictures here from the event that you sent me. Let's see if I can.
The Imperial Assault ones?
Yes.
Cool.
All right, so I got the Imperial Assault pictures. I see this one picture here, which we're going to get into because you told me that you actually do a lot of painting. And I'm looking at I think it's the second picture down, that looks like your squad.
My squad. I call them the Power Rangers.
And you painted that, right?
Yep, painted all of them.
That's insane. Detail.
I kind of feel bad for my wife because I've been doing a lot of painting and kind of ignoring her during the afternoon, just in my zone painting.
All right, this is where we call out to the wives and say, hold on, I gotta give it the headshot of me. If the camera can switch over to me, damn it. Come on, camera. Why is this not switching over? There we go. All right. To Ryan's wife, thank you for letting him paint his miniatures, his Imperial Assault. They look freaking awesome, and we understand that this takes away from you a lot of time. Please, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so very much. Okay, now we get back. Go back to the pictures.
Yes.
So I'm looking at this one picture. I think it's the right after your the close up of your your squad there, and I see that looks like somebody painted all their figures black.
Yeah, he just primed them. He didn't have time to actually go out and paint them. So it was just primed black miniatures.
And I see C3. Now this is before you actually just started activating, right?
Yeah, this is the first round. So pretty much I've been playing a couple weeks now, so I had an idea of what I wanted to do. You had the Echo-based troopers. For this one, it was a layer to Dianoga. So you got to kill the Dianoga in the middle of the map to get victory points. But to start out, I've always had R2 go to that one terminal because I really didn't care if he died or not because he has if you roll a blank, he has an auto dodge. So he has 2 dodges. So I was like, okay, he can kind of mitigate and recover himself. So I'll just let him go do his thing. And so that's where that one Echo Trooper is facing that way, because he goes and opens the door, and R2 can then move his 3 spaces and scomp to draw a card round 1. So it's more card advantage, well as the other ones. And then for this one, Luke went up around on the left side to flank his enemies, and he's actually able to double move and still attack with his heroic ability.
Jeez.
Or so you can move 8, attack, and then if you have Son of Skywalker, that's amazing, because then you can ready his card, and then you can attack twice and then move 4 away. So it's like a giant cleanup guy. So his guys in the upper left corner, he had Bosk up there, and I was just able to murder him in one shot, and then I cleaned up the other 2 guys that were right there in one round. While the Rangers kind of picked things off from the hallway. I never moved them out of that area.
Oh, really? So you just take the long range and just taking the shots there?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so let me close this picture. So I'm looking at the one right below that. I see Jabba the Hutt in the back there.
That would be the finals, the last game I played.
So this was the final match.
Yep. Where my Luke was, he had a Luke Skywalker as well. I was not thinking during this game at all. I was just, your mind is jello, and there's points to, like, my weakness for this is opening doors. I don't know when to not open the door. And actually thinking about it a couple weeks ago, I was like, he played one card to be able to fetch Son of Skywalker out of his deck round 1. And I didn't know that one cost 0, and I had negation in my hand that lets you cancel what he played for free if it was a 0 cost. So I was thinking that I could have been able to avoid that, because he took out 1 Ranger the first round, because he moved his Luke up, opened the door, came in, hit the Ranger, played Son of Skywalker, attacked the same one to kill it, and then hit the other one, and it was just downhill from there.
That's awesome. I love this. Now see, man, you're giving me the itch to get into this game. You really are. All right, so I'm scrolling down. I see. Looks like the second, is that a second place prize? Some dice and.
Yep, it's actually a counter. So you have 40 victory points to win.
Yes.
And it starts with 0 and all the way up to 40. So it's actually acrylic. It's actually really nice.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah.
And dice too, of course.
Yeah, acrylic dice. They're a thing of beauty.
I love it. All right, let me bring the camera back here. Come on, camera. Come on, work with me. I don't know why this thing does not switch. It drives me crazy. All right, so you played Imperial Soul. So what was some of the things? I mean, you talked about your list. You talked about some of the opponents you played and some of the strategy that you have. What were some of the challenges that you think that you had with that, with your list or some of the lists that you were facing?
I was scared of the Rancor. The new Rancor that came out, I was petrified of it. It's really big. It's mean. It's dirty. It's got 2 black dice sometimes. It's just ridiculous. I played against that. I think it was my 3rd game. I had my Rangers. There was a new map, the Anchorhead Cantina map just came out. I had them in the bottom deployment zone, and it was just sniping down the hallway at the Rancor. And I knew he was going to charge his Rancor down at me, and I was just like, okay, just please let the dice gods be on my side. I need to roll evades. I need to roll blocks, something. And I was able to pick him out. And then Luke came up really quickly and just attacked him twice and just was able to murder him round 2. And then after that, it was just slim pickings with the Rangers all day.
I'm just picking it off.
Yes.
What so for people that's trying to get into Imperial Assault, because I know like Blake's been trying really big to get more people to play Imperial Assault. I think one of the biggest things is like when you first open it up, there's like 10,000 million things that you open it up.
Oh yeah.
Once you get past all of that, and what is why do you like the game itself?
I love the game. It's different than X-WING. I think of like chess for Star Wars. It's like Star Wars chess. There's so many different builds that you can possibly make. There's so many different command cards that you can have in your deck. It's endless of what you can, like, I was messing around one day and I put a Han and Chewie, or no, it was a Chewbacca, Leia, and then like some fillers. I was able to get 7 activations from it from like different characters. I had like 3PO, R2, Guideon, a couple snipers, and it was just fun. And I beat with it. And I was undefeated that night I went. So it's like the possibilities that you can have is what I like, because you can use like the characters that you like to play, and those are the ones that I just like. I paint, and then just recently I've just been painting all the ones that have spare time to paint.
That's perfect segue into your last shit, right? Yeah, pull that up. Hold on, I gotta pull that up. All right, so this is your Facebook page.
Yep, my Facebook page. It's miniatures painting.
Oh my goodness! Check out these. Oh yes. So I'm looking at. I'm just going right in your photo album. I got. It looks like Bosk in front of me here.
Yep.
Holy
Bosk is first.
Freaking detail.
Yeah, believe it or not, when I was in high school, a long time ago, I was an art major and I really liked painting and stuff. And then it wasn't until like I started playing this game that I actually got back into painting. So I missed it, and now it's like, oh, it makes the game like 200 times better.
I totally know. It's just like X-Wing too. It's like when you paint, it's yours. You personalize it.
Yeah, so it turns like these little kind of figures into like works of art that are actually like kind of cool looking. I just painted this guy the other night.
Let me pull up the camera so everybody can see it here.
It's not even focusing.
There we go. It's a little focus.
Nah, we'll go away. I'll post this picture up on my website later, but I painted this guy last night. The detail as far as the shading and highlighting is what I really like, because I like mixing colors, and I'm pretty decent at mixing colors and matching them to like what the artwork is, and then highlighting is another art in itself.
I'm looking at Greedo right now.
He was fun to paint.
The colors on. I love. Oh my god, it's just so. I love the purple robe that you have on him.
Yes, with the Greedo eyes. I had it was a major, like, I had a focus in drawing portraits and stuff. So I was really good with reflections and eyes and having to like manipulate paintings to look like they were real. So that's where I got it looks glossed over on his eyes based upon like the way you paint it.
Okay.
It's like a reflection.
All right, is that Veers I see there? The helmet, or is that just a commander?
That is General Soren.
Oh, Soren. Okay.
Yeah, General Soren. I just picked him up because one of my friends was like, "Hey, do you have this guy? I need to borrow him." I was like, "No, I don't have him, and I will get him." And I painted him. He was like super easy to paint too.
Looking at Boba Fett. Oh my goodness, these look awesome.
Oh yeah. Actually just picked up that Boba Fett last week because they're finally being distributed, and some guy made a post on Reddit saying they were available, and I looked in and I was like, "Hey, it's not $30 on eBay, it's $7. Yeah, I'm gonna buy this." So I was able to pick him up, and he's actually pretty cool, but most people are saying that he's like kind of weak as to the power curve.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been playing him. He's like super fast. He's got 6 speed. So he can go halfway across the map turn 1. But yeah, I can see where people are saying his damage output and his range isn't really that decent. But I mean, I like playing him. I've been trying to build lists around him.
Looking at IG-88 right here. That looks good. Oh my god. Oh, R2D2, my favorite. C3PO, love it.
Yes. That next picture is the board game Doom. I painted all those miniatures as well.
Oh, okay. I see Stormtroopers. Love it.
Yep. Stormtroopers, Agent Blades, and then just that's the ones that are coming up are like when I first started painting the miniatures, and then you just get a little bit better each time you paint one.
Oh yeah. Luke Skywalker, Chewbacca, Lando Calrissian, Colt 45.
Oh yeah.
So I'm definitely gonna put the link to your Facebook page there, so you guys can check out the paintings. Because one of the cool things with paintings is, people get inspired by it. I mean, you see see how you painted, you're like, oh, I like that color scheme, and they want to paint something similar to it or whatever. Some of the paintings phenomenal.
Yeah, and then I used to paint magic cards, so that's where a couple of those pictures are. Like people would come with me to like their commanders that they want to play, and I would paint like the alternate borders on them. Oh god,
nice.
Cat.
I got a cat too. What's your cat's name?
This one's Nyla.
Nyla. Oh, you got more. Oh, so this one. So you got more than one.
I got two. Yeah.
I see you got the jungle gym, cat gym behind it, the house.
That's my wife's idea, not mine.
I had the same situation.
Yes.
All right, so so we talked about the Hawaii X-Wing regionals. We talked about the Imperial Assault Hawaii regionals, which every time I say Hawaii, the more and more I say it, the more and more positive thoughts so I can come out there.
I've been trying to get you since November?
Yeah, when I was at Worlds, trying to get that.
Ran in one of my friends there. I was like, hey, there's the Birdos over there. Go talk to him. Try to convince him to come out to Hawaii.
Yeah, he's like, see that big guy? He's like, it has to be him. I definitely want to come out to Hawaii. One, because I'm a big Pearl Harbor history. I just like that whole World War II era and stuff like that, and so I really want to go see that. And so you being out there, if I can convince the wife, because we got the Disney planned out for Star Wars Celebration coming up.
Yeah.
So the next one, I may put Hawaii on the map there, but she already said yes. She's like, yeah, hell yeah. When can we do that? I'm like, well,
you gotta work it out. But unfortunately, I'm gonna be leaving here next June.
So I gotta do before June then. I gotta see what I can do before June. So where are you going before June?
Actually, I'm moving. I'm leaving Hawaii to go to Germany.
So that actually segues into what you also do. So you're actually you're in the Air Force.
I am enlisted in the Air Force.
And thank you for serving. It means a lot to me personally. As far as what do you do for the Air Force?
Cyber system operations is my job title, but I really work with computers. It's like I'm a system administrator, and I work with.
No, go with the first title. The first title is so much higher.
Cyber system operations. Yes, I work with servers and computers and a lot of stuff like that.
Intel.
I can do things.
Well, again, I appreciate you serving this and that. So you're sitting there doing that, and then you do X-Wing on those on your off days, and you got your wife and you got 2 cats. What other games do you play besides? I mean, because you're playing X-Wing, you're playing Imperial Assault. What other games do you play?
Well, I play Doom. It was a new board game that came out by FFG. I've been playing that a couple of times with some of our friends out here. But other than that, it's like going outside, like surfing, golfing, bowling, a lot of hikes.
A lot of hikes. Oh, a lot of mountains over there in Hawaii.
So many hikes. Yeah, I've posted a couple pictures on your website. Posted one. It was like last weekend.
I actually got to pull this one up that you shared on my Facebook, and I'm like, he's just doing this on purpose. I know what he's doing.
Yeah, a couple of the ones on the beach with the beer, and then the last one was a hike that we did. It's called a pillbox hike in Lani Kai. You got a nice picture of Bellows Air Force Base / beach.
Is that the one where I can pan? Is that the pan around?
That is the one.
Oh, let me go get her visitors post. When you posted that, I'm like, he's just rubbing it in.
Yep, that one I definitely was rubbing that in.
There it is. Let me see if I can pull this up here. All right, let me switch the camera real fast. All right. Check this photo out. Yes. Look at that. I can't zoom. I can't do too much on here. Oh, there you go. I can grab it. Look at that.
Yeah. So that's Bellows Air Force Base over on the right-hand side.
On the right side.
It's a military beach that's public on the weekends. So it's like a nice little area to go out to, and that's where most of the pictures of the beach come from, especially the ones with the beer.
Beautiful landscape out there. Oh
yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely on my. It's always been on my to-do list is Hawaii. All right, so let me pull that back. So, Ryan, I really appreciate your time coming on here with us, and I would love to do more of these because one, I see it. Look at the kick-ass setup you got there. So you got the mic, got the headset, the boom mic.
This is what I normally do. I actually had this from when I recorded music, and I was like, hey, I can use this for my computer, so I just put it up there, and I just like Razer products, so I just have this. But I was like,
Nice. So I definitely would love to get more episodes with you in, and we could talk about different topics and what have you. And I really appreciate your time getting on here to talk about the Hawaii regionals, both for X-wing and Imperial Assault.
mhm.
But you're a Team SPG member, so you're part of that exclusive area within our forums, and you've been active on there, and you're active on our forums, you're active on our Facebook, and I just want to send a huge thank you personally, thank you for what you do and what you share with us, this and that.
Yeah,
You
no
know,
problem.
yeah, it's when you
I'm all
when
about
you
making
share
the
that stuff,
community
it makes
better.
me excited to do more stuff. I love it.
I'm all about making the community a little bit better and just kind of like helping everybody out. Especially
Agree.
for like the newer people that are coming in, like, hey, what is this? I'm like, you should probably do this.
You have the perfect segues because that's how I want to end this. For new players, for
There you go.
X-wing and Imperial Assault, what do you recommend? And then we'll sign off after that.
Oh God, so many things. Actually, like just flying around, just messing around with lists, and then like going up on different websites, watching YouTube videos. Actually, when I first started, I watched your guys' videos about like your little baby blues kind of thing,
Yep,
about how to fly
formations and stuff.
those.
Yep.
That helped a little bit, and then just practicing. Like I was working nights, so I was like, I'm bored, so I just kind of like put debris and stuff and like those little tokens that come with the
Mm-hmm.
game. I put those out on the map. And I would fly ships and kind of like collect them to try to
Oh,
like avoid the rocks and stuff. So
okay.
like that's why I practice flying in and around debris. Is like set it up like you normally would, set up how you would to start out a game, and then put like just kind of like take a 5 or 6 focus tokens, kind of like just drop them on the board and just fly them and try to see if your ship can hit them.
That actually, you know what? That is an awesome idea. Actually, because one of the biggest things I have always do is just take my ship, like you said, just take your ships and fly them around the board. If it's in formation or non-formation, but just see how far your ships would go, and then throw some debris down on top of that, and see, okay, if I put this debris on at this spacing far away, my ship can round it or not round it, or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the token idea because then that gives you like, okay, I got to shoot for that token. I got to make sure I clear everything.
Yes, yes, that's how I learned how to fly Darth Vader real well.
Ah, understood. Yes. All right.
Yes.
So anything else? You good?
Just get out there and play. That's all I can say. If there's no groups, make one.
Yes, absolutely. Always. I mean, create a simple Facebook group, right? You're gonna have people in your local area, and then
Mhm.
kind of like we just did an interview with Jim Chadwick, who actually kind of helped create the Charlotte area scene a couple years ago for X-wing. He just created a group,
Yeah,
and now he's got a thriving group.
yeah.
It's
So
that
that's
easy.
yeah. So I made sure like because I'm going to Germany next, so I just made sure like I was looking on Facebook and I found some that are actually in the local area that I'm going to be going to. I was like, cool. I don't know any German, but they know some English, so I'll be set.
Actually, a lot of the guys from Worlds over there. So there was a couple of Germany's. I think Non Torfs, who's the world champion, I think is like Belgium area, Germany, Belgium
Yeah,
area.
Belgium.
Yep. So
So
yeah, you're in the lions den over there. Some good tournaments and
I
good
can't
people
wait to
over
see
there.
what the community is like over there.
Yes. All right, Ryan. I really again appreciate your time for coming out and hanging out with me and talking about the Hawaii regionals. Again, truly appreciate your time.
Yeah, it's no problem.
All
I
right,
had a
so
lot of
let
fun.
yeah, so do I. I definitely want to do more of these. Actually, what I want to do is get yourself and maybe get some other Team SPG members, and also talk about maybe getting Nims and Blake and kind of doing like a whole mosh pit of people. I don't know how that's gonna work out, but do it. We'll figure it out.
Yes.
But do something like that.
Cool, cool. It's just all about your computer. Can it handle it?
Yeah, I think it can. I don't know. We'll see. All right, so Ryan, hang on, don't go anywhere. All right, so I'm gonna wrap this up. All right, if you guys like this video, give it a like below, and definitely if you love what we do and you want to hear more, subscribe to our channel. Hit that little subscribe button down below. Also, check all the links out below: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, our website, you name it. That will actually allow you to stay connected with us. And also, definitely check out our community area. It's community.slingpaint.com. You can go to slingpaint.com and check out all the videos that we have there and what have you. Also, if you also like what we do and you want to help support us, there's a couple different ways. Team SPG, you can sign up for that and be part of the exclusive thing like Ryan. Ryan is part of Team SPG. And also, take a look at our token store, our t-shirt store, and all that other good stuff. And always remember, guys, if you're slinging more paint than your opponent does, you're probably gonna win. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.